Hey there, folks. So I thought I would weigh in and give my response, okay, to Sabri Suby's video on why brand is not that important, copywriting. And this is a video that he did a long while back, but it weighs in on a very important debate in the marketing space, right? Like you have marketers that say that brand is the most important thing, and then you have marketers that say direct response is the most important thing, and you should neglect brand altogether. And then you have the brand people saying, no, 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 you should focus on brand, ignore the direct response. That stuff is spammy or doesn't work or is tactical, is not strategic. And then you have the direct response people saying the brand stuff is junk, it's it doesn't work, it's wasteful, it's flushing money down the toilet. So the arguments on both sides, all right, are pretty pretty big claims. So I thought I would weigh in. Now, I'm very sympathetic to Sabri Suby simply because my own background is as a direct response copywriter. So I come from the direct response, and a lot of the marketers that I look up to and have studied over the years tend to be direct response copywriters. The same kinds of people that Sabri Suby is such a big fan of. Uh, but this is such a good question, and the way that Sabri in his video actually went about answering this question um, made it very hard for him to be wrong because he was focused on the copywriting. So he was technically correct in my view, right? This is my take. My take is he was technically correct because this guy that he's responding to in the video is just asking him about the copywriting, which is at a tactical level. And Sabri's response is, we're not gonna put a bunch of brand copy in there. We're not gonna talk like a big brand. Since this is a small company that's marketing this stuff, so we need to kind of take a colloquial language approach and kind of talk to people the way you would talk to your best friend and sell him something if you were talking to your best friend, that kind of thing. In that situation, Sabri's response, I think, is 100% correct because this is at a tactical copywriting level where you're just writing some copy to promote a particular product. So you want to take a direct response approach and actually be able to sell your product. And he made another really important point. He said a lot of the big brands that are doing brand advertising and using brand copy, they actually got their start using direct response style copy anyhow. That's how they got so big. So those are two very compelling arguments and two very compelling angles of analysis. And so seen in that sense, I would say that Sabri is correct, um, that you do want to focus on direct response because that's how you get sales and money coming into your business rather than just running a generic brand advertising campaign. However, what I would point out is that there's a more general case, not at the tactical level. At the tactical level, like I said, it's perfectly fine. You want to go with Sabri's approach, the direct response approach. That's what I also recommend in a situation like that. You're writing copy to promote your product. But there is something that the brand marketers got right, which is how come Coca-Cola and PepsiCo can run these broad branding campaigns on TV and make billions off of them. And part of that is that brand recognition, brand awareness in and of itself is actually very powerful. This is why like you can have like a big superstar like Taylor Swift make so much more money than other musicians. It's not that because her direct response copy is better than theirs. It's simply that her brand has now grown so big and her image name recognition is so much bigger, kind of like how Michael Jackson was. His team wasn't doing better direct response marketing. So at a tactical level, it's true that direct response will get you very far, will get you further along towards making money, big money with your marketing. But at a strategic global level, that's not what you want to do with all your money. Like, if you got a budget and you're a small company, I would put about 50% into direct response marketing, and I would kind of reserve 50% for longer term brand. Now, in the short to medium term, you might want to put more into direct response, but you always want to keep an eye on that brand aspect. If Taylor Swift hadn't developed her brand the way that she has, and built that name recognition, brand image, brand awareness, she wouldn't be making the kind of money that she's making. So just getting your brand name out into the market is very powerful, and it pays off in a big way in the long run. And the really big companies like the Coca-Colas, the PepsiCos, the Apples, the Amazons, they know this stuff. That's why they're advertising in the most expensive medium, and they're advertising in a brand approach, like on national TV. They are advertising at the Super Bowl, which costs a lot of money, an unbelievable amount of money. Like, you know, I think some of the advertising at the Super Bowl is wasteful. Even I think that. But I agree that it's a correct move for them to be doing this for their brand, just because they want to get as much brand exposure as they possibly can. And so, in conclusion, what I would say is that Sabri got it right for the tactical case, which is you want to sell a product tomorrow. But for the long run, you cannot just do direct response. Like, it's good, it gets you to a certain level. But if you want to break through beyond that, right, like, you're gonna eventually need some brand advertising, brand marketing. So, in the particular case, though, Sabri was actually dealing with a tactical question. The guy that asked him, this was at the tactical level. So I think he was absolutely spot on. I think he was absolutely correct. But if you look at Sabri himself, like, he's been getting out over the years, he's been getting out the name of King Kong. I think he's gotten a good deal of press about it. Like, those are not direct response moves, right? Like, that's branding. So he understands, like, you need direct response, you also need brand. So that's my response, guys. I hope you got something out of this. And if you want some free resources to help you with growing your business, you can check out my free book and my free bootcamp. Links in the description.